Hello, and welcome to A Chick with a Plan, where we talk about planning, productivity, and entrepreneurship. I'm Mary, and with the support of my mentor, team, and partners, I was able to build a 7-figure enterprise. Now I'm launching my second company, the Thomas Manor, an entrepreneur retreat and education center. Last week, we talked about 3 steps to create your brand from scratch, from defining your mission to designing a strong brand identity. But once you have that foundation, what's next? You need a business plan, a clear strategy that takes your vision from an idea to a profitable, sustainable business. When I decided to turn my family home into the Thomas Manor, I knew I wasn't just creating a retreat center. I was building a space where entrepreneurs and creatives could connect, strategize, and grow. But before I could make it a reality, I needed a solid business plan to guide every step. So in this video, I'm taking you inside my actual business plan, how I structure it, and the key sections I focused on how I positioned it to attract funding and members. So if you're working on your own business plan, get your notepad and get ready to take lots of notes. I'll share tips to help you craft a clear and compelling strategy. And if you find this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below and with your biggest takeaway. So, why do you need a business plan? A business plan is more than a document. It's your roadmap to success. It helps you clarify your vision, secure funding, and stay focused as you build and scale. Now, for the Thomas Manor, my business plan had to do 2 things: secure financing for the construction and operations, and clearly define my membership-based business model. So no matter what type of business you're building, your plan should answer these questions. What problem are you solving? Who are your customers? And how will you make money? Now let's dive into how I structured my business plan for the Thomas Manor. I'll walk you through 7 key sections and what I focused on to make it clear, compelling, and fundable. Every business plan starts with an executive summary. Now this is your elevator pitch in written form. It's the first thing investors, banks, or partners will read, so it has to be clear and concise. We describe how the Thomas Manor is an exclusive executive retreat center and member-based business community for entrepreneurs, creatives, and business leaders. We explain how our mission is to provide a space for strategic retreats, masterminds, and professional development in a peaceful, high-end setting. Think of your executive summary as the why behind your business. It should quickly answer what problem you're solving, who is your business for, and why does it matter. Now, in the company overview and vision section, I clearly outline what the Thomas Manor is and how it will operate. Unlike traditional event venues or co-working spaces, the Thomas Manor is a hybrid of a retreat center and business incubator. So members get access to private workspaces, facilitated masterminds, and also concierge-level business support. So in this section, you want to paint a clear picture of your business, what it offers, how it operates, and what makes it unique. Now, after defining what the business is, I had to answer a crucial question: how will it generate income? I developed a member-based revenue model that provides members with access to private workspaces, mastermind programs, and business concierge services. This model ensures predictable, recurring revenue while fostering a thriving business community. Since the physical retreat center is still under development, we've already launched mastermind classes and strategy sessions that are open to everyone, even our non-members. So this allows us to generate revenue and build our community in advance. So when designing your revenue model, think about long-term sustainability. How will your business consistently generate income? Having a great business idea isn't enough. You have to prove there is demand for it. That's exactly what I did in the industry analysis section of my business plan. We conducted industry research. We studied the need for high-end small retreat spaces in the Washington, D.C. metro area. We identified gaps. We found that many professionals struggle to find a space that's just not a generic hotel or a noisy restaurant or uninspiring co-working space. We determined how the Thomas Manor fills that gap. We're creating a luxury, distraction-free retreat designed for business growth, creativity, and meaningful collaboration. Now, the industry analysis is where you bring in your facts, stats, and industry trends to back up your idea and show why your business is needed. Now, in the customer competitive analysis sections of my business plan, I had to clearly define my target market and how the Thomas Manor stands out from our competition. Now, here's what I focused on. Number one, the target audience. The Thomas Manor is designed for entrepreneurs, executives, small business owners, and creatives who need a private, productive retreat space to work, strategize, and grow. Number two, competitive edge. So unlike hotels, Airbnbs, the Thomas Manor offers a member-based model that creates a strong business community and provides recurring revenue. And we provide exclusive access to high-level business strategy and education sessions and premium workspaces in a retreat-style environment built for deep work, creativity, and meaningful networking, just away from any distraction. So knowing your audience and competition is key. When you understand who you serve and what makes your business unique, you can position yourself as the best solution in your market. Now, once I had the vision and the revenue model in place, I had to figure out how the Thomas Manor would actually operate and scale over time. So I focused on, number one, leveraging my experience. So I used my existing event administrative management company to handle the membership packages, the concierge services, and the meeting logistics. Number two, building a strong team. So I assembled a core team that includes my business strategy team, the course facilitator, and my operations staff to ensure seamless management. And number three is planning for the long-term growth. Now, my long-term vision includes increasing membership, adding the bed and breakfast service, expanding the retreat space, and hosting exclusive business development sessions and workshops to keep the Thomas Manor evolving and thriving. So having a clear operations plan shows that you're not just thinking about launching, but you're thinking about running and scaling the business long term. Finally, I had to answer the big question. How much money do I need to start? And how will I use it? Now, the Thomas Manor required $1.3 million in funding for construction costs, startup costs, and operations. So the funds are allocated to the construction and the property improvements, the marketing and the branding, the key staff I have to hire to actually launch the programs. So outlining your revenue growth over the next 5 years is very critical. If you're seeking funding, be specific. Investors and banks don't want vague numbers. They want a clear path on how their money will be used and when they'll see the returns. Okay, so now you have it. That's how I structured my business plan for the Thomas Manor. So if you're working on your own plan, focus on these key sections and make sure each one is backed by research, strategy, and financial clarity. Now that I had my business plan structured, the next step was making sure it was fundable. Now let's talk about 3 tips on how I position the Thomas Manor to secure financing and attract investors. Tip number 1, clear financials. Numbers speak louder than words. Investors and banks don't just want ideas, they want numbers. Now here's how I made my plan financially strong and convincing. I included detailed cost breakdowns showing exactly where the funding would go. I outlined a realistic revenue forecast showing when the Manor would become profitable. And I explained my membership-based revenue model, which provides recurring, predictable income instead of just a one-time sale. So if you're seeking funding, be specific. Investors want to know how much you need, where it will be spent, and how you'll make their investment worthwhile. Now, tip number 2, leveraging my network. Relationships matter. Securing funding isn't just about having a strong plan, it's also about who you know and how you build trust. I tapped into my existing relationships with my bankers and financial institutions, also my business network, including my past clients and industry partners. And I also leaned on my 20 plus years of event management experience to demonstrate my credibility. So I positioned the Thomas Manor as a smart investment with strong industry demand and a unique market position. So if you're raising capital, leverage your connections. Investors are more likely to fund someone they trust and who has a proven track record. Okay, tip number 3, highlighting key advantages. Why the Thomas Manor was such a smart investment. I knew I had to make the Thomas Manor stand out. So here's how I framed it as a low risk but high value opportunity. I already own the property, so that reduced the need for a large startup fund or capital. There's minimal direct competition. The Manor fills a market gap between corporate hotels and Airbnbs. I have multiple revenue streams. I already launched my mastermind programs, my educational resources and strategy sessions, so it's already generating income. Strong industry trends. So demand for business retreats and high-end private and peaceful co-working space is growing in this area. So the key to attracting funding is showing that your business has staying power. Investors don't just want a great idea, they want to see a long-term profitable opportunity. So that's how I tailored my business plan to secure funding, by focusing on financial clarity, leveraging my network, and positioning the Thomas Manor as a strong investment. So if you're working on your funding strategy, make sure your numbers are solid, build relationships, and highlight what makes your business a smart investment. A business plan is more than just a document. It's a strategic tool to help you build, fund, and grow your dream. So whether you're drafting your first plan or refining an existing one, make sure it clearly outlines your vision, financials, and growth strategy. Now, if you need help with your business plan, please head on over to the Thomas Manor website to book a one-on-one strategy session to get personalized guidance for your business. Additionally, I have a free business plan checklist for you. So just click on the link in the description box below. You can download it. So if you found this helpful, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on all of those notifications, because the next week I'll be sharing exactly how I'm building my relationships with bankers to secure funding for the physical space. Now let's get to planning.